I'm going to talk about the jet stream pattern. So there's some positive PNA for now with some pressure. So zoom into Toronto or somewhere Ontario. So you can do actually without you can zoom into so this is 1012 millibars version or in Ontario, but whatever is close to like or similar, you're gonna say it. So 7 is gonna look at this. So 7 p.m. There's some positive PNA and there's some 1060 millibars of pressure. It's in Southern Ontario and there's some positive PNA once again. So 7 p.m. 1020 millibars. Gonna say it's between those numbers. So it's gonna be 1080 millibars pressure. It's in Toronto. So next there's some positive PNA again. So 7 p.m. there's some negative PNA. There's some 1020 millibars of pressure. It's in north of Toronto, south of Toronto. It's going to be 1024 millibars pressure. So it's going to be 1022 millibars pressure in Toronto. So next 24 hours, there's some negative PNA. There's some 1012 and 1008. So it's going 1010 millibars pressure in Toronto. So let's talk about the precipitation patterns. So Barrie, Georginia, Beverly Hills, Orella, Hanover, Newmarket, Stoffel, those cities are gonna Port Erie, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Unless it's about was skipped. So next hours. So there's nothing else. Already talked about the pressure pattern and everything. So I don't need to talk about that. So let's do 7 a.m. So Collingwood on the beach, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So next hour, there's nothing else. So next 7 p.m. Saturday, November 22nd, there's nothing. So 7 a.m. Saturday, Sunday, November 23rd. So Quebec, Peterborough, Belleville, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Scarborough, Stoffel, Newmarket, Orange, Will, Barrie, Georginia, Beverly Hills, Aurora, Salt Lake Bay, Dunbar Beach, Owen Sound, Collingwood, Hanover. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So let's do heavier snowfall. So Midland, let's see Midland how it's lost. So Midland is actually is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of snowfall. So don't need to correct that. So let's do Scarborough. Scarborough down to Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Richmond Hill, those breaks. Oco, Hamilton, Burlington, Green Spy, Wyerton, Lions Head, Obey, Port Elgin. Those cities are going to get some, including parts of Niagara. Actually, Niagara Falls City is going to get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Also, so those cities, including the beach, those cities are going to get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So let's do 1 p.m. So Scarborough, Stoffel, Newmarket, so Orangeville, even some breaks. Orangeville, Coburg, Peterborough, Belleville, Orilla, Georginia, Beverly, Barrie, Whitehead, Owen Sound, Collingwood, Lions Head, Hope Bay, Thunder Beach, Palm Beach, Salt Lake Bay, Midland, or Hanover, Port Elgin, Port Erie, parts of Niagara Falls City, Oak, Hamilton, Burlington are gonna do local. So Oshawa, Uxbridge, Peterborough, those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. So let's do next hour, including it's my doesn't count. So 7 p.m. So Coburg, Peterborough, Belleville, Orilla, Beverly Hills, Georginia, Beverly. Gonna start again. So Orilla, Barrie, Beverly Hills, Georginia, Collingwood, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Salt Bay, Midland, Collingwood, Port Elgin, Niagara Falls City, Fort Erie. Those cities are Cobourg, Peterborough, Belleville. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. If you say twice, ignore it. So 7 a.m. There's nothing else. 1 p.m. There's nothing else. So 7 p.m. There's nothing else. So 7 a.m. There's something. So Whiteton, not Whiteton. Calling, no. So we're gonna start again. So Owen Sound, Berry, Beverly, Isles, Georgia, Orilla, Palm Beach, Sunny Beach, Salt Bay, Midland, Whiteton, Owen Sound, Hanover, Port Elgin, Newmarket, Orangeville. Those is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall. Let's do heavy precipitation so we can clear this. Line said is actually is gonna get some 0.25 millimeters. So I need to find line side of Google Maps. So need to clear this first. Line said is for now is 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, but later on it's 2.5. So like Hope's Bay is going to be 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So next hour, 108 hours, 108. So let's choose a random precipitation amount. So line said Hobie. So let's see if it's Hobie actually located. Hobie is okay. This don't need to change anything. So Thunder Beach, Palm Beach, Salt Lake Bay, Midland, Orella, Barrie, London. Those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So next light precipitation. Port Elgin, Hanover. Hanover is 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Georgia, Beverly Isles, Scarborough, Stouffville, Newmarket, Orangeville, Toronto, Richmond Hill, Mississauga, Brampton, Oakville, Hamilton, Burlington, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Niagara Falls City, Fort Erie, Green Spy, Oshawa, Uxbridge, Cobourg, Peterborough, Whiteton, Owen Sound, Port Elgin. Those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, including long points. So next hour, final hours. So let's do heavy precipitation first, then lightest. So Cobourg, Peterborough doesn't count. Midland, Orilla, those cities are gonna get some 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So let's do lighter precipitation. So London, Niagara, Fort Erie, Niagara Falls City, Collingwood, Turner Beach, Palm Beach, Salt Bay, Barrie, Georgia, Beverly Hills, Mississauga, Brampton, Downtown Toronto, Richmond Hill, Scarborough, Stouffville, Newmarket, Orangeville, Peterborough, Belleville, Collingwood, Hanover, not Hanover. So those cities are gonna get some 0.25 millimeters of rainfall, except Hanover. So let's look at the total winter precipitation or this precipitation year round first. So 8 p.m. So Stouffville, Newmarket, Fort Erie, Palm Beach, Orilla. Those cities are gonna get some 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. So Georgia, Newmarket stuff was done. So those only cities are gonna get some 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. The rest of Southern Ontario is between 0.2 and 0. Actually, most of Southern Ontario is 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. Midland 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. So don't need to change anything. So let's go to the next 24 hours, which is November 22nd, 8 p.m. So let's do 8 p.m. November 23rd. So Oshawa, Uxbridge off. So Uxbridge 1 millimeters rain, Oshawa 0.7, 2 millimeters rain, Cobourg, 2, no, it's coming 0.7 is Peterborough, Belleville is 2 millimeters of rain to fall, Niagara on the Lake is 0.2, Niagara Falls City 0.22, 0.7. Actually, mostly 0.7. So for areas is 0.7, Whiteton, Owen Sound, Lions Head, Obey, Orilla, those cities including snowfall. Those cities are gonna get some 0.7 millimeters of rainfall. Newmarket is 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. Brisbane Hill is gonna be 0.2 millimeters of rain. Downtown Toronto sees nothing. Scarborough is gonna see 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. Hamilton, Burlington is gonna be same time. Queensway, ignore that. So it's gonna be 0.2 millimeters of rainfall. So now we can do Lake Cinco. So Lake Cinco, then like Georgian Bay actually. So Barrie is 2 millimeters, not 2 millimeters. It's gonna be closer to, so 1.7 millimeters of rainfall. No, Georgia is gonna be 1.2 millimeters of rainfall. Beverly is 1.2 millimeters of rainfall. Order that's done. So Palm Beach, Thunder Beach, Palm Beach is only one, so it's 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So two also 3 millimeters of rainfall is actually on Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay. It's going to be 3 millimeters of rainfall. So next 24 hours, even though skip a days. So there's nothing else at the 7 p.m. So let's do 7 p.m. again, like November 25th. London, Stoffel, Oshawa, Coburg. Those cities are in 40 millimeters of rainfall. So now we can do a different one. So Whitehorn, Collingwood, Newmarket, Stoffel, Toronto, Uxbridge, Peterborough, Belleville. Doesn't count actually. Belleville's could be do that later. So those cities are gonna be 3 millimeters of rainfall. Hamilton, Burlington. Niagara Falls City, there's gonna be 2 millimeters of rainfall, so wind spike not gonna count. Usually I don't count those. So line side Bay is gonna be same precipitation, so it's gonna be 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. So let's do Orangeville 3 millimeters of rainfall. Belleville, no, Niagara on the lake is 1 millimeters of rainfall. Fort Erie is 2 millimeters of rainfall. Well, it's going to be 1 point something. So 1.7 millimeters of rainfall because close to 2.5 millimeters of rainfall. Now we could do Lake Cinco, Georgian Bay. So Barrie is going to be no, it's going to be 4 millimeters, 3.5. So it's going to be 3.5 millimeters of rainfall. Barrie, Georgia is going to be 3 millimeters of rainfall. So Arilla is going to be 5 millimeters of rainfall. 5. It's going to be higher than 5. So it's going to be 5.5 millimeters of rainfall. That's in Arilla. Beverly Isles, it's going to be 3 millimeters of rainfall. Now we could do Eugene Bay. So Palm Beach is going to be 5 millimeters of rainfall. Midland, 5 millimeters. So actually 6. 6 millimeters, actually 5.5 is in Midland, and 5 millimeters of rain is in Palm Beach. Thunder Beach, Salt Lake Bay is going to be same precipitation amount, so it's going to be 5 millimeters of rainfall. So, next, so London 9 degrees, 5 degrees of Whiteside, Hollywood, Lightside, Obey. Everywhere Niagara Falls, Hamilton, Burlington, Downtown Toronto is going to be 9 degrees. 8 degrees in Brampton, Mississauga is 9 degrees. So Hamilton, Oracle, Burlington is 9 degrees. Uxbridge, Peterborough is 6 degrees. 7 degrees in Melville. Stoffel, Oshawa, Coburg, Newmarket, Orangeville is 7 degrees. For area that would usually count on this precipitation. Palm Beach, Thunder Beach is going to be 6 degrees, including Salt Lake Bay. So Barrie is going to be 5 degrees, Georgia is 6 degrees, Warilla is going to be 4 degrees, 5 degrees, Beverly ISO 6 degrees, it could be 7 degrees, but 6 degrees. So next hour, 8 a.m., November 22nd. So London -1, Brighton, Collingwood +1, Peterborough -1, 0 degrees in Uxbridge, Belleville. So 2 degrees in Hamilton, Burlington, downtown Toronto, Oakville, Niagara Falls City, Niagara on the lake 4 degrees, Winside doesn't count usually in the temperature patterns. So Brampton, Stoffel, Newmarket, Orangeville, Oshawa, Quebec is going to be 1 degrees. Fort 8 is 2 degrees. So next, so Barry is -1, Georgina is going to be +1, Orellas plus -1. Like I said, OB is going to be +1. There's only limited temperatures. So in those cities, so I skip Hanoi for whole temperature patterns. So 3 p.m. So let's see the mean average is going 3 to 4 degrees. So 3 degrees in Barton, New Market, Stoffel, Oshawa, Quebec, or Quebec. Those cities are going to be 3 degrees. So let's do Brampton. So Brampton, down to Toronto, Niagara, everywhere in Niagara Falls. Those cities are going to be 4 degrees. 5 degrees in downtown Hamilton and Burlington and local and London. It's going to be 5 degrees. Uxbridge, Peterborough, Belleville is 2 degrees. Orangeville 4 degrees. Collingwood is 2 degrees. Palm Beach, Thunder Beach is going to be same temperature, so it's going to be 2 degrees. Salt Lake Bay is 2 degrees. Like I said, Bay is going to be 3 degrees. So let's do Lake Simcoe. So Barrie is 2 degrees, Georgina 2 degrees, Orella is going to be 2 degrees, Beverly Isles 2 degrees, it could be 3 degrees. 3 degrees is actually in Beverly Isles. So 3 it is, so it's not fresh. So let's do 8 a.m. So London 5 degrees, Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville 5 degrees. So next, no, I don't need to erase this. So Whitetown, Collingwood. Quebec or Quebec, Oshawa, Niagara Falls City is going to be 3 degrees. Downtown Toronto, Niagara on the lake is 4 degrees. So Stouffville, Brampton 2 degrees. Newmarket, Orangeville, Uxbridge, Peterborough is 1 degrees, -1 Belleville. Collingwood is 3 degrees. Port Erie is going to be 4 degrees. So next we could do like single Georgian. So line head OB is gonna be say temperature, don't need to put the line, so it's gonna be 4 degrees. So that actually we need it. So let's do easier. City so Barrie is gonna be 1 degrees, Orella 1 degrees, Georgina is 2 degrees, Beverly Hills 1 degrees, Palm Beach is 3 degrees, 4 degrees. Actually it's gonna be 2 degrees in Palm Beach, Thunder Beach is going to be Thunder Beach is actually going to be 4 degrees. Salt Bay is going to be 1 degree, but it's going to be 2 degrees most of the time. So if it's wrong, see, but 3 p.m. London 6 degrees, 5 degrees in Whiteham, 4 degrees in Collingwood. Brampton 6 degrees, Toffles 5 degrees, 6 degrees in Oshawa, Quebec 5 degrees, 6 degrees in Niagara Falls City. Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville, same temperature, so it's gonna be 7 degrees. Niagara on the Lake is 7 degrees. Newmarket 5 degrees, Orangeville 5 degrees, or Uxbridge 4 degrees, 3 degrees in Peterborough, Belleville 3 degrees. So what area is gonna be 7 degrees? Could be 6, but it's gonna be 7 months at a time. So you could clear this now. Let's see, it's done. Lion's Head or Bay is 5 degrees. 6 degrees is in Palm Beach, Sun Beach is 5 degrees. The beach in Palm Beach is actually 5 degrees. Solid Bay is 5 degrees also. So Barry is 3 degrees. Georgina 4 degrees. Odella 4 degrees. Beverly Hills is 5 degrees. So next we're next November 24th. So most of Southern Ontario is going to be below freezing. The city mean average is going to 2 and 3. But it's going 1 to 2 most of the time. So Whitetown is 1 degrees, 0 degrees in Collingwood, -2 is in London, so easiest. So Newmarket, Orangeville, Uxbridge, Peterborough, Belleville is going to be -2. Brampton, down Stouffville, down to Toronto, it's going to be 1 degrees. Mississauga is 1 degrees. Hamilton, Burlington, locals 1 degrees. Niagara on the Lake is 1 degrees. Niagara Falls City 0 degrees. 0 degrees Oshawa. 1 degrees in Quebec. Quebec. For Aries, 1 degrees. 1 degrees. 1 degrees. So now we could do Lake Georgian and Lake Cinco. Let's do Lake Cinco first. If it's possible. Unless if we can't, we could do a different one. So Paris -1 degrees, -2, -1 degrees, Georginian +1, Orilla -2, Baveliers is -1, -1 actually. So Lion's Head or Bay, same temperature. So it's gonna be +1 degrees. Bomb Beach, got the beach. Bomb Beach is actually 1 degree cooler. So it's going to be Bomb Beach actually we're going to be 4 degrees. 5 degrees isn't at the beach, so like Bay is gonna be +2. So now we can do the next over like November 25th. Number it's still the same day actually. So London's 9 degrees, Whitetown, Collingwood, Brampton down to Toronto is 7 degrees. So Newmarket, Stouffville, Oshawa is gonna be 6 degrees. Niagara on the Lake, Gwynn Spire, Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville, parts of it. Not parts of it. So those cities 9 degrees. So Niagara on the Lake's 8 degrees. Uxbridge, Peterborough, Quebec 5 degrees. Belleville 5 degrees. What area is going to be 8 degrees? So now we can do Orangeville. So Orangeville is going to be 7 degrees. So now we can do our other cities. So slightly. So Lion's Head is going to be what temperature is this? So it's going to be 7 degrees. Hope is 7 degrees also. Palm Beach, Thunder Beach is going to be 7 degrees. 7 degrees in Salt Lake Bay. Midland, I don't usually come, but it's going to be 7 degrees. So I'm gonna skip Midland. So let's do 8 a.m. about 7 a.m. It's going to be random because the daylight savings. So London, 6 degrees. 6 degrees is my time. 8 degrees in Collingwood. Hamilton, Burlington, Oracle, 7 degrees. Down to Toronto is 7 degrees. Now we could do harder ones. So Peterborough, 4 degrees. So Niagara on the Lake, Niagara Falls City, Gwyn's Pipe is gonna be 8 degrees. Okay. So Brampton, Stouffville, Newmarket, Orangeville is 6 degrees. But it's gonna be 5 degrees. Uxbridge, 5 degrees. Belleville, 5 degrees. Those cities are 5 degrees. So 6 degrees in Oshawa, Quebec. 9 degrees in Fort Erie. So now we can do harder cities. So let's clear this and skip the city. So 6 degrees is in Palm Beach, 7 degrees in on the beach, 5 degrees in Salt Lake Bay, 6 degrees. Lion's Head or Bay, it's different temperature. I'm gonna skip that. So Barrie is 5 degrees, Georgina 6 degrees, Orilla 4 degrees, 5 degrees. 5 degrees, Belvedere is also 6 degrees, 5 degrees actually. So let's do Lion's Head or Bay. So Hope's Bay, Lion's Head is actually going to be same temperatures, 6 degrees. So now we can clear this. Let's do 111 hours. So London, Brampton, down to Toronto, it's going to be Quebec, it's going to be 8 degrees. Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville is 9 degrees. Uxbridge, Oshawa, Peterborough is 6 degrees. Newmarket, Stouffville, Orangeville, Oshawa, Belleville, 7 degrees. Niagara on the Lake, 10 degrees. Niagara Falls City is 9 degrees. Green's 9 degrees. Scarborough, 8 degrees. Don't usually count. So now we could do Y10. Y10, Collingwood, 7 degrees. Now we can do actual harder cities. So here it is. Berry is going to be 7 degrees, 6 degrees, but it's going to be 7 degrees most of the time. Georgina 7 degrees, Beverly Hills 7 degrees, Ordella 5 degrees, Lions Head or Bay is going to be 7 degrees, Palm Beach, Thunder Beach is 7 degrees, 6 degrees, but it's going to be 7 degrees. Salt Lake Bay is going to be 6 degrees, so let's correct Lake Cinco. Strawberry is going to be 7 degrees. Let's see, 7 degrees. Jordania's 7 degrees. Beverly Hills is 7 degrees. 5 degrees at Orla. So this is the end of the video.